morning. I had a flight from Pocatello out here in the desert, but the recording was awful and corrupted, so we magically went from Pocatello out here on a little dirt strip, just a little outside of Pocatello. But we're in the Cessna Caravan 208. I just went ahead and we're just gonna load up 3 passengers out in the middle of the desert, fly over here to Miller Memorial. It's a hard surface, 3,800 feet. Just a small little airport. So I've already went ahead and accepted this, so that's what we're gonna fly. We got 3 passengers, 480 pounds. Let's go ahead and see what our Cessna Caravan, plumb full of fuel, so we're good on fuel. Okay, let's load this up in the flight simulator. There's our Cessna Caravan, and we are setting at KARC, Arco Airport. The sun's just barely coming up. Oh, I don't like starting. It's gonna probably start us all engines going. I don't like that. There's no way to, well, we'll just have to deal with that. Going to airport S49. Miller. Looks like we got a little cross runway. We're going to set that to arrival. 183 nautical miles. Alright, let's just fly that. I'll load the plane. Yeah, when you start on a runway, it's gonna have the motors running and ready to take off, and that doesn't work for me because I got my cockpit that I need to set up. So we'll just shut her all down, start from scratch. The sun's just barely coming up, so we should be able. Had to wait for the sun to come up this morning. Alright, okay, we got the plane all shut down. It's all ready to go. We're just on a little dirt strip out here in the middle of nowhere. The sun's just coming up. There's Big Butte in the background. Pocatello is right over there, about 40 miles. So let's go ahead and get this thing loaded. Okay, I have full fuel. Pilot is 170, and we have 3 passengers coming in at 160 each. And we'll let somebody sit in the front seat with me. Okay, there is our. We are loaded up. Okay, let's go back to NeoFly and connect. So we got 480 pounds, 3 passengers, going to S49, 180 nautical miles away. Of course, it's VIP, so we can't bank the plane or pitch greater than 45 degrees. There's a straight little shot past Boise, just right here. Yeah, it looks like we're going into Oregon. Let's connect and fly.
Transporter from dispatch. Some VIP going to an important meeting this time. Waiting you at the boarding parking. Transporter from dispatch. Boarding passenger, please stand by.
Alright. Okay, I got my fuel on. Let's go ahead and Get our thing started up here.
Transporter from dispatch. All passengers on board. You can ask for the clearance to take off.
My starter must be engaged. I didn't realize. I don't like it when it starts this from. Okay, we'll connect those. Get our prop going, get our there, okay. Get our systems all up. Get everything back to normal. Now that we got a good start, let's just go ahead and get all our lights turned on, pitot heat on. Alright, there we go. Now we got fuel. This is a short little dirt strip, so we're gonna have to do a pretty good takeoff here to get. Okay, let's set our altimeter. That's set. We'll take our parking brake off. Get our camera angles all set here. Let's get flying, shall we? Alright, everything looks good. Let's just go ahead and set our... we're heading... We're gonna need... Let's do 8,500 feet to start off with. Because we need to be even. The direction of flight is on the west side, so that is an even +5. And let's pop our heading. 1 notch of flaps. Okay, full throttle. We have our prop maxed out, our mixture. Brakes set. Let's just go ahead and get us full throttle and let's get out of here.
Transporter, good flight.
Boy, the air's nice. 13 degrees Celsius. Looks like we have a 3-knot wind coming out of the north. Alright, let's do flaps up. Let's just trim the plane. Nice little climb out. Looks like a beautiful day. Still got stars. The sun's just coming up. Torque it just a little bit, come back on the throttle. There we go. little bit higher. We still see red in our screen, so that we're not going to clear the mountains ahead of us quite yet. But we are climbing at 1,100 feet per minute, so won't take us long. May have to go a little bit higher than the 8,500 feet. Okay, now we got a 3-knot tailwind, and just direction of the wind changed a little bit. Alright, let's just go ahead and start our nav. Climb out at this speed will be just fine. Let's bring back our prop just a little bit. I actually took off with 2 notches of flap. I didn't realize the flaps are already 1 notch down. Of course, I do not like them having my plane started up, so that's why our rollout was a long ways down there. I had too much drag, but it took off just fine. Now we're clean and level at 8,500 feet. We got just a little bit of red in front of us. There might be a problem, child. I don't want to really climb out. Looks like, I guess we can climb up to 10,500 feet is our next. Let's climb out at that. Climb out at 100 knots, so we'll get up there pretty quick. The thing with NeoFly, it seems like whatever direction I want to fly, I can never get any flights going that way. I've always wanted to fly to Hawaii, which I've flown the longitude to Hawaii just on my personal time, not NeoFly. About a 7-hour flight. But I only seen one NeoFly to get us to Hawaii. That would kind of start us an Asian flight, but now that it's summertime, I'm just going to start taking these short little flights, and hopefully we can start heading up north, maybe go to the west coast and then start heading up north and get us some Alaska flying, maybe zip over to Russia or something. Okay, our map's looking pretty good. Our altitude's good, leveling off at 10,500 feet. Let's go ahead. Okay, there's our cruising altitude. Looks like we have black. Our whole distance. So that's good. Now let's go ahead and slow everything down a little bit. Not quite sure what our settings will be, but I'm gonna try 18 on the prop. 18. 1717. There's 1730 and 1760 on our prop, so we're pretty close to that. Let's see how that cruises. Our speed's good. Our fuel flow we're burning right now is 445 pounds per hour, 446 per hour, so mid-17s to 17 on the prop. Be a nice little cruise. Let's take a peeky outside. Might get loud. Kind of loud out there. The reason why it's so quiet inside the cockpit is I have a setting set, so this is what it sounds like when you're a pilot with headphones on. So it drowns out a lot of your aircraft noise. If I were to take that off, it would be a lot louder inside the cockpit. You could hear the plane a lot better, but realistically, that's why you wear headphones, is to drown out a lot of the noise. Because if I were to take that setting off, this is what it would sound like. We'll go into general, go into sound, and hear this headphone simulation. Let's just shut that off. Go back, resume. See, it's a lot more louder here, but that's what it would sound like if you took your headphones off. So, hour upon hour of listening to that, that's kind of what it would sound like if you were a passenger in the back. So, when you deal with these kind of aircraft, it's a lot louder inside. It's not an airline, it's not a pressurized cockpit or fuselage, so it's a lot noisier. So that's why it's so quiet. We're simulating having headphones on, which I do right now, and you do when you're flying. So we'll go back to sounds, simulation, on, apply, go back, resume. There, now it's nice and quiet. We have our headphones on, we can just hear kind of what's going on. So that's why it's so loud when we go outside. You're actually getting the true volume. Wow, what a beautiful morning. We only got a 2-knot tailwind. Plane's liking our settings. We're cruising right at 139 maybe, yeah, 139 knots. We have 170 knot ground speed, so we're clipping right along. Miller. Okay, it's open to the public. Activated back in 1946. We have two runways, 18 and 36, which is 3872 by 65. Asphalt in excellent condition. Runway 18 has a 660-foot gravel overrun. So if you screw up, runway lighting obscured by vegetation. Runway 18 has a 15-foot road 320 feet from the runway. Runway 36 has 45-foot trees 25 feet from the runway, 50 feet left of center. So you have a little bit of trees, 36. Road, which 15 feet isn't that big a deal on a one-way. Runway 10 and 28 is a 2100 by 40 foot dirt, gravel, in fair condition. Runway 36 has very rough gravel of extension. Runway 10 has a 2-foot berm, 20 foot from runway. And runway 28 has 43-foot tree, 1,065 feet from runway, 100 feet left of center. 13-foot trees, 10 feet from the runway end, both sides of center line. So kind of looks like our northern side has trees, but we will be, let's see, our winds at 108. Don't think we're going to get any weather at this place. But right now the winds are calm. We're only getting 3 knots. So runway 18 would be preferred. That's the least amount of obstacles. And we have a longer threshold overrun, which we will not need, but 18 would be preferred. I think we're going to be calm. And we're still 50 minutes out. How our good old air traffic control is. Should we request flight following.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo is type Cessna Caravan 8 miles northwest of 10 India Delta 10,500 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo, Salt Lake Center. Squawk 1001.
Okay, we're gonna squawk 1001.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo radar contact 9 miles northwest of 10 India Delta 10,700 feet. Altimeter tree 0.1 tree.
Alright. 30.13. Acknowledge.
Roger, Cessna Tango Echo Romeo.
Okay, we're having flight following, so now we're gonna have to listen to them. The voices have changed since the update, so maybe it is coming around. At least our weather started becoming a little more preferable to fly in. This spring was horrible. And we've got a bunch of wind. Pretty much every day the wind's blowing, so. But today is just a beautiful morning. So we'll take advantage of this, drop these peeps off, and see if we can't get another one heading up north. Sun Valley, right there in our right window. Sun Valley, Haley. That's that valley right here. So Sun Valley, that's probably Haley. There's the airport right there where all the jets fly in for all the big movie stars and stuff that call Sun Valley their getaway. So that's where we are, just going over Sun Valley. A lot of private jets fly into that little airport there. Tell if that's the sun, or do we still have snow on these mountain tops? It kind of looks white, but I think that's just the morning sun hitting the dirt. Shouldn't be any snow left, which there really is snow still on the Tetons. This year we got a lot of snow in May and June still. A lot of flooding in Yellowstone. And north of Yellowstone into Montana. So weather has been a factor this spring. Oh, there's some bumps. Okay, we're starting. Sun's coming up. Probably by the time we'll land, the wind will kick up and we'll have bumpy ride. But we are kind of in the mountains, but the wind's still pretty decent. We only got 4 knots, so that shouldn't affect us at all. Should be easy. Thousand feet really doesn't seem very high in these little mountain ranges we're flying over. If we just went probably 10 nautical miles to the south, would be in a valley. At about 4,000 feet. So we're just right on the edge of the mountain ridge. It's probably about 7,000 feet higher here than it is just 15 miles to the south of us. Because our elevation to the airport we're landing in, Boise's only like 2,800 feet. Yeah, see, our airport's going to be 2,249, so we're going to have to drop 8,000 feet. Which, once we get over this mountain ridge, will be north of Boise just a little bit. Once we hit Boise, then the mountains will turn to the north, and we can just start descending then. Won't be a problem. It's a lot easier flying country that you know. I kind of know what to expect. You don't have to study the sectionals as hard. You should follow them, but if you're in a part of the world where you don't really know, you got to do a little more homework. But this part of Idaho I know quite well, so don't have to do much homework. I just know these mountain ranges will go away soon, and we'll be dropping back down around Boise, and won't have very much in front of us. I just absolutely love the graphics. Mountain. Look pretty real. I did pick up a VR headset, but I don't know if it's compatible with, I think it is, but I don't know if I can capture if I had a VR headset on and fly. I'm gonna have to figure that out. I still don't know if that'll work or not, because wherever I turn, for me, realistically wise, it'd be nice because I could just turn my head and look anywhere. But then for a person to sit there and watch that, the camera flying every which direction, at least this has a little stability. I don't know how that would work. I do have head tracking on this that would just track my head. And about the only time I use that is if I'm doing aerobatics or something where I really need to look outside to get my reference on what the plane's doing. Some small dirt strips would be nice to have VR, because as I'm doing my downwinds and base and turn to final, I can be looking out either side of the airplane a lot more to get reference, because now when I do my downwinds I can look over a little bit, but when I turn base and final I'm just kind of guessing. I don't look out the left window, which in real life you'd be looking at the runway the whole time and you have your spatial distance and everything real time, so you kind of know when to turn. Now I just kind of time it in my head on about where. Sometimes I'm right on, sometimes I overfly, sometimes I turn too soon. You just gotta correct. That's why I usually have my downwinds go just a little bit farther than you would, just because I mean, I could look out the window, but I usually just keep the camera static and just adjust accordingly. Because in real life I'd be flying pretty much out my side window watching the airport, the runway, and get visuals. So I could pretty well nail it every time, but I think my head would move way too much if I had VR or my head tracker set up. Because I've got quite a big, I got a 55-inch monitor, so I do move my head quite. It's not like I have a little screen ahead of me and I move my head a lot just to look around, so I think that'd be way too much movement, so I'll play with it. The VR technology is stupidly amazing, so it's kind of like something that's there. Might play with it a little bit. ATC is really quiet. I'm really surprised. Maybe they've done a little work to it so it's not so annoying. Actually dropped. It's 10 degrees Celsius now.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo, contact Salt Lake Center on 128.55. Good day.
They're talking to us, spoke too soon.
128.55 for Cessna Tango Echo Romeo.
Better make sure they don't switch it up on me and push the wrong button.
Salt Lake Center, Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo, 10,500 feet.
Cessna Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.996 continue as planned.
Okie dokie. And we got to adjust our altimeter.
Salt Lake Center Cessna Tango Echo Romeo, cancel flight following.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I just was.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo Salt Lake Center cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Well, I screwed that one up. Let's go ahead and request again. Hopefully they give me the same information.
Salt Lake Center Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo is type Cessna Caravan, 6 miles north of 0 India Delta 010,400 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo Salt Lake Center. Squawk 1542.
1542. There you go. Identify me.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo radar contact 6 miles north of 0 India Delta 010,500 feet. Altimeter 29.996.
Okay, don't
Roger,
hit
Cessna
one,
Tango
I
Echo
cancel.
Romeo.
Roger. Alright, now we're back on set. What I was doing here.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo contact Salt Lake Center on 118.05. Good day.
Oh, they're gonna test me. Good day.
118.05 Cessna Tango Echo Romeo.
Alright, let's tune it. Contact.
Salt Lake Center Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo 10,500 feet.
Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo Salt Lake Center altimeter 29.995 continue as planned.
29.905. Okay. I'm not going to answer him, because if I answer him, alright, I was just doing a quick conversion. 10 degrees Celsius is 50 degrees outside. It's over 50 degrees. I'll never have that conversion. I know 20s and 30s is warm. I know negative is, I'll never get that conversion in my head as much as I use it, but look at that anymore, so we're good. Other than my coffee cup is empty. So, I gotta make a coffee run. Alright, did I miss anything? Let's see, they don't look like they talked to me. Alright, okay, we got more coffee. Looks like we're getting close to the end of our mountain range, so Boise should be getting close. like we're 84 miles out, 30 minutes. We'll use fight following just to get us through Boise. Then we don't have to worry about calling for airspace transitions. Still have to do it if we get close enough, but I think we're going to be far enough to the north where we're not going to have to worry about it. I think we're going to be outside of their airspace. Oops. I believe. You can see all these in my center screen. You see all these little white. That's going to be all your arrivals into Boise International. So when you're flying IFR, you'll connect with these, and if you follow those, that goes right into Boise, and we're north of that, so we're not going to conflict with inbound traffic into Boise. So it's best to steer clear of the busy. We don't need to be in there to be in the busy airspace. We can just be elsewhere. Fly pretty close over, I think it's Bogus Basin. It's like a nice little valley road next to the river, and I think I've been to this lake before outside of Boise, but I cannot remember what it's called. Boise should be right over there. I think this comes up to the McCall area. There's a little highway that follows the river. Beautiful country. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Anderson Ranch Reservoir, is that what it is? That doesn't sound right. Reservoir, there we go. Arrow Rock Reservoir. and that's the North Fork of the Boise River. There we go. Alright, that sounds more like it. Anderson's out on the flats, so. Okay, answered that question. What else can we do? It's getting colder. Why? Is it because the ground's moving away from us? Not getting the heat from the ground anymore. Get past this next ridge up here, and then we'll just start slowly dropping down. Because once we get past, there's 92, 79, 4. Mid sixes. So if we stay above 7,000 feet, we should have zero terrain problems. And that's just glancing at my sectional. They have blocks and they have highest points in every sector, so you just kind of look through that sector, and if you stay above, I mean, there's only one little point in that sector that might be that altitude. Just an easy way to stay safe. But we're definitely high at 10.5, but we don't want to drop down to 3,000 either, because there could be terrain ahead of us. We're still 62 miles out, so get past this ridge and start slowly descending. Because Boise should be right out this window.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo, contact Boise approach on 119.6. Good day.
Still kind of covered up. Good day. Hola.
119.6 Cessna Tango Echo Romeo.
Tune and contact.
Boise approach Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo 10,500 feet.
Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo Boise approach altimeter 29.905. Continue as planned.
Copy. Yeah, Boise's just kind of on the other side of the peak. I was thinking that might be the airport right here. I can't tell. But yeah, that should be Boise right there. So we're just slowly creeping over the peak here north of Boise. Alright, let's drop to 8,500 feet. We'll just do it in little increments. And go nice and slow. We'll do like 500 foot per minute descent. We'll just want to be at 3,200 feet. That'll be our pattern altitude. 3,300 feet. We got 19 minutes to get down, so shouldn't be a problem. We're still 56 miles out. I don't know if this is, let's see. S49 yet on our list. S78. Nothing yet. We're still a little bit too far out. So. Usually you wait till you're like 40. 40 miles out. And we're 53. And it's always the airport you want's never on the list, so it's another one of those. It's like they can read your mind. I wish I could just tune to it, because I have the frequencies right here, but there's no control tower anyway, so it's just, we'll just close our flight following and start announcing positions. And I think we will choose runway 18 for our landing, so we'll have to fly past it a little bit and come back. Our wind just changed. So. I wonder what our winds are at Boise.
Boise Airport information, Yankee 1300 Zulu. Wind calm. Visibility tree. Sky condition clear. Temperature 18. Dew point.
So yeah, winds are calm, so we can pretty much land anywhere we want, any direction. Coming up on 8,500 feet. Let's just keep our descent trucking. We'll go down to 6,500 feet. At 6,500 feet, that'll pretty much, we'll have to take a look at it then. Because we do have terrain at 68, 84.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo traffic is 1 o'clock, 2 miles at 10,200 feet generic. Report them in sight.
Okay, 2 miles.
Boise approach Western Express 41 is passing 10,100 feet, descending 7,000 feet. Western Express 41 Boise approach altimeter 29.904 continue to toils as planned.
He's probably above us and already gone, so we'll just go ahead and report it in sight.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo have the generic in sight.
Flying over Emmett, looks like, Emmett, Idaho. Okay, we're 35 miles out. Let's take a peek. Let's go ahead and cancel flight following.
Boise approach Cessna Tango Echo Romeo, cancel flight following.
Cessna Tango Echo Romeo Boise approach, cancellation received. Squawk 1200. Frequency change approved.
Alright, so I just went ahead and changed. If you look down here in my sitter screen, you got a VFR button, so if you just push that, automatically switches you to 1200. So now we're squawked VFR. And let's see if our airport's on the list yet. S49. Everything S87, S77, S49. There it is. Miller. Tune to traffic. Select a runway. I decided we're doing 18. Announce full stop landing, and let's announce our position.
Sierra for 9er traffic Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo tree 2 miles east 6,500 feet inbound to land runway 18.
Now we'll just monitor that frequency to see if there's anybody else in our airspace to worry about. If it's quiet, we have the place to ourselves. Okay, we're 10 minutes out. I'm just looking at our mountain ranges ahead of us. I'm sure we're before those. 29 miles. I'm just trying to decide how low I want to go because I don't want to climb again, but I still need to drop 3,000 feet. Temperature's coming up. We're 18 degrees Celsius, so it's going to start getting a little more bumpy. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and put in pattern altitude. I've decided that's going to be 3,300 feet. 3,300, and let's just go down at a whopping 400 feet per minute. We can increase that as needed. I can just watch my center screen now as long as it's black and green between myself and the airport. We know we have great ground clearance. Then you see my little half moon. We'll be at pattern altitude before the airport, so we're all right. That's a good number. Because this little blue line here, if you're looking at the center screen, that's the direction of my plane. And now that I've had a vertical speed, this little half moon tells me where I'm going to hit that altitude. And if I increase it by 100 feet, this will slide closer to me, but that just says that I'm going to be, it's going to bounce back and forth just because the plane's kind of bouncing. It's going to adjust itself a little bit, but we're going to be well ahead. Looks like I-84 right here, heading off into probably Payette, Ontario, into Oregon, and on up into Portland, Seattle. Not a lot of chatter, so I don't think there's anybody at our airport, which is good. Alright, let's get my cheater fixed up. Runway 18. They don't have any. Is set my heading bug. We're going to go to heading. We're going to change this to course, and we're going to change my course to a heading of 18. They don't give me a magnetic heading for that runway, so we will just put in 18. There's my cheater. We all know I like my cheaters. That's me looking out the windows, looking at my little cheater so I know the direction of my runway. Okay, we're starting to get some green around us. So far our path hasn't changed. We're going to be at pattern altitude before the airport, which is good. And we're still black, so terrain is not a factor as of yet. Things are starting to get a little bumpier. We're up to 21 degrees Celsius now, so now we're getting into the 70s, which the higher temperature, sun we get, it's going to start getting a little more bumpy. Now the thing is, we're going to be at altitude before our airport at this speed. If I slow my speed down, which I'm going to have to here, that's going to probably make our descent a little farther. So we'll keep this speed up right now. We are 4 minutes out, almost 5 minutes. So I'm gonna have to slow down a little bit. We're doing 161, 177 ground. Okay, we got green coming in, so terrain's gonna start being. Still have a little over 1,000 feet to go. So it's kind of like gonna be in this little valley ahead of us, it looks like. So I'm gonna go ahead and max my prop RPM. slow my torque. And watch that little line go past our airport, because now I need to start slowing down. Okay, 1,000 to go. Looks like everything is green around the airport now, so which means we have 2,000 feet. We do not want to see red because that only gives us 500 feet. I think it's 2 is green, 1 is yellow, and 500 feet is red. Oh, I apologize. I had that backwards. I slowed down, my line's going to come towards me because now my ground speed drops. I hope you caught that already. You're like, what? No, you're going slower, idiot. If you go faster, it takes you. Yeah, I'm really slowing down my ground speed. We've dropped it 20 miles an hour. So yeah, we're going to be, we got a little bit of yellow peeking up right in front of us. I think we're going to be fine. We only have 300 more feet to drop to pattern altitude. Got our speed under control. Got our river, it looks like, and then our airport's just on the other side of the river, so that's gonna be what my visual. I think we're gonna stop our descent for right now, just to clear these. I mean, we're already there, so I'm 60 feet too high, but let's slow her down. Click into 1 notch of flap. Oh, look at our shadow right there following us. Alright, let's announce our position again.
Sierra for 9er traffic Cessna, Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo 5 miles east, 3,400 feet, inbound to land runway 18.
Okay, we're coming straight to the airport. There's our river. So there's our visual. And the airport's going to be on the other side of the river. So we have a river right here. There's our beacon. So there's our airport. 1 white, 1 green. So our airport's right there. So I'm gonna get past this mountain and go do my downwind leg. We got good airspeed. I just don't got a good visual on the runway at all, so alright, let's turn downwind. We're going to zip right along this old mountain here. We've got plenty. Now we can announce our downwind leg.
Sierra for 9er traffic Cessna, Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo is on downwind runway 18.
Airspeed's still good. So you know what I'd usually be doing is, well, I'd have to drop my head down, but I'd be staring out this window. We've already had that conversation. So I just make a farther downwind. Gives me time to do some adjustment. plenty, so let's go ahead and turn base. I don't know why my Harley man thinks it's a great time. Get over there on your seat, kiddo. Let's go ahead and get rid of the autopilot. I gotta start coming down. Let's do another notch of flap. Let's trim the plane. So we'll go full flap. Watch our airspeed. I still don't have a visual. There's our, oh, okay, there's our runway. Perfect. Looking good. So we have full flaps, our lights are on, runway in sight. We should announce final. That'll be the last time we do that.
Sierra 49er traffic Cessna Sierra Kilo Echo Echo Tango Echo Romeo is on final runway 18 to land.
Okay, let's slow our roll a little bit. Descent. Don't want to land on them arrows. You can take off on the arrows, but you cannot land on the arrows. So you want to go past the numbers. Wow, what was that? Don't do that on landing. That's not very nice. Stop it.
Stall. Stall.
Transporter from dispatch. Take the VIP to the parking.
I don't know what that was about. I've never seen that before. Alright, there we go. Do a little back taxiing. They said there was a 15-foot obstacle for a road, but they didn't say nothing about huge buildings, so I think that's just a Microsoft Flight Simulator thing, just throwing buildings in. But you can see our trees to the north of us. Or south of us, sorry. Alright, let's just come in here. Looks like a great place to drop off some peeps.
Transporter. Disembarkation in progress. Stand by.
Alright. Alright, now we're in Oregon, I believe. This should be Oregon.
Transporter. All the passengers have disembarked. Good job. See you soon.
Okay, we're 1 mile out of Vail, Oregon now. So welcome to Oregon. Raise my flaps. Sun's just peeking up over the mountains. Nice. That was a pretty good flight. Okay. Should we just get back in the cockpit and let's get this thing shut down. I used to close out my thing. Alright, let's get out of there. Let's go to NeoFly and see how we did. Do our flight log. And we got 4 buttons. I know landing bonus I didn't get. Probably because we heard the stall warning right before landing. They don't like that. But other than all, that was a pretty $28,000 for a VIP mission. Airport fees 187. What kind of missions? Okay, we're getting closer. We're Olympia Regional, 6,100 feet runway. So that's kind of looking like our next flight. Get up to Washington. So hopefully we can get something. How's there something? Let's do a little short haul. Yeah, see nothing north. I want to go north. Now we can go south. We still got 2 planes down here in Cuba that we need to sneak back into the United States. I don't want to do too long of flights. Yep, see, nothing going north. Now we can go all over the East Coast, Texas. So, we will do the small trip to Washington on our next time. Oh, cool, man. That was fun. Appreciate it. We'll see you next time.